right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast, or you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Hello everyone, it's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah!
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble episode 217, Rider Rejection. Talking about the post AEW All Out 2025, September 24th edition of AEW Dynamite, as only we can. And to do that, of course, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of 59,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews. You go to him for your honest reviews of AEW and Tony Khan and his criticisms of Tony Khan. And of course, you go to him for his amazing Yankee fitteds. And he's got a white one on today, so it must be a pay-per-view for him. It's Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gents. I hope you're all doing well. Which means you probably skipped animation. Fair enough. Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. Do what you gotta do.
So he just tell you right off the bat, he hated that show so much. But yes, we are gonna We're going to discuss last night's AEW Dynamite as only we can. And before we do that, of course, we appreciate y'all for joining us live. We appreciate y'all for watching us on demand. Either way, show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You can help this video so much with the weird YouTube algorithm in all its wisdom. And you can help us out by dropping a thumbs up on this video. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified so you always know when we go live. And we're here every Thursday with AEWramble. And of course, you can sound off in the comment section if you're watching on demand. And if you're with us live, you can sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you, so we'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to AEWramble and what we do here every week reviewing AEW Dynamite, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and it goes a long way to help the channel grow and move forward, and we always appreciate the support. We got in the chat with us Jimmy Macram's favorite, Zach Minger, who says National Comic Book Day, SP3, and Jimmy.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
Appreciate it. Looks like Shivani, you can be replaced with a fucking button. Good Lord. A calendar even. What the fuck is going on?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Thanks for watching, Zar. Thanks for commenting. The algorithm appreciates it. It's about all you ever contribute. It's help for the algorithm.
We got Eric Isaac who says, hey, THH fam, Darby, the fire starter, is back. And if this is the end of Cope in wrestling, love to have seen the Glamazon Beth versus the Mamazon Mama Wayne, though.
Why? For what? For what reason? Fucking has been versus never was. Why? Makes no sense. No offense, Beth. It was great.
Davion says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Hope it's been a great day. Let's talk some AEW. We got King Patate, who says, watching Dynamite as we speak. We got Annika, who says, what's up, homies? I love and hate how I have Jimmy's voice in my head watching AEW.
It only says two words to you, doesn't it? For what? That's basically why I was watching the whole show. For what? Here comes fucking Lee Moriarty. For what? Why? What are we doing?
It's in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh, so what? Good Lord. This nigga's unpopular everywhere. No offense, sir.
I don't know.
Sure you're a nice guy.
I don't know if you know this. He's from Pittsburgh.
Clearly. What do you fight Hangman for? Good Lord.
Because Hangman challenged the best wrestler from Pittsburgh.
And it's Lee Moriarty. Absolutely.
Yeah.
From Pittsburgh. Give me fucking silence. Good Lord.
Hey, he got some cheers during the matchup. The crowd got behind him.
That was terrible. The crowd's terrible.
Well, yeah. Okay. I don't have to ask you that question this week. Thank you. Alexander's back with us. We haven't seen you in a few weeks, I think. Alexander Fitzgerald, good to see you. He says, gentlemen, how's it going? Thought on Gail Kim on Twitter the past couple of days. LOL. Omega responding was great. What did you think about the Gail Kim basically getting herself canceled? So
no clue what she said. What did Gail Kim say?
So basically, she first commented on there's a new documentary about deathmatch wrestling or something like that, and she was talking about how deathmatch wrestling is not like real wrestling; it's garbage wrestling and stuff like that. Okay. Basically, showing support to like opinions that Jim Cornette has said in the past, and I think that it just got like going, and then she started responding to different people. So then she commented on Riho. And was basically supporting Jim Cornette on his opinion of Riho, not knowing the type of racial things that Jim Cornette has said about Riho or any of the abuse that she's gotten online. So she just basically added to it. And I think that if Gail knew, I think that she would have responded a different way, but it just ignited a whole bunch of stuff where she was like, she's this small and she's fighting competitors so much bigger than us. It's not believable. And it's like, this is coming from Gail Kim, who her most famous matches is against a woman who was double her size. So yeah, and then also the size disparity between her and then like the smallest competitors in WWE who were fighting like the bigger competitors. It's something different, and that's why Kenny Omega responded and said, is it because he got tagged and stuff, and he was like, oh, is it the latest legend who's doing splits for a TKO basket? So.
Okay. I know Kenny Omega's like super looking for. We'll say progressive. So I won't give him any shit about talking about a female wrestler doing splits on something that's wild. But it's Kenny Omega, so let it slide. That was it was Braun Strowman or somebody. But what the fuck? This misogynist piece of shit.
It's
true.
It is true. Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I think it's because he got kind of dragged into it because it's Riho, and he's responsible for bringing her over to AEW, and he's always been in defense of like the Joshi wrestlers in AEW. So
that's true. Listen, I can't disagree with anything she said. Riho is small. And Gail Kim's also small, but she's fucking Taker compared to fucking Riho. Who cares? I really don't care. I'm sorry. I was listening to it. I heard you, and I went. Her only mistake was responding to these people. Why would you ever do that? With Gail Kim, he's fucking AEW Elite 065. Who gives a fuck? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Lord.
Yeah. See, she basically got her persona non grata. The other thing I was going to bring up today was, have you heard about the whole Masha Slamovich situation?
I have. I am very proud of all of you. I was so very confused. I was like, she's a lesbian and she beat up some fucking lady? I mean, fair enough. I mean, she's a wrestler. You really don't want her beating up fucking her partner. I mean, fair enough. I thought it was a guy. I was like, look at all of you. All progressive and shit. Thank you. Yes. Good for you. I'm impressed. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I read her. I read her apology.
Her apology made it worse.
Dude, I was like, holy shit, she's a real scumbag. Oh my God, that was outrageous. Wow. Yeah, she's kind of awful, huh? Fair enough.
Yeah, this is not a good look for her. And this is someone I know personally. I've talked to her, interviewed her. We were one of the first outlets that really interviewed her when she was on the independent scene. So wow. We wanted the best for her, but damn, it's a totally bad situation.
Yeah.
And she has handled it very poorly. And now she was scheduled to get a shot at the TNA Knockouts World Championship tomorrow at Victory Road. That's been pulled. All her indie dates that were coming up. She had a big match with Shayna Baszler. That got canceled. So yeah, it's not looking good for her. And then Fightful reported that her TNA contract is expiring soon.
Oh my, it's the worst timing ever.
And TNA is now investigating this whole thing.
You know what a TNA investigation looks like? It's just Triple H at his desk like this. Nah, fuck her. Yeah, it's over.
He was like, I would keep her, but we already got Tessa. Like, we already got one person without the ring problems. Like, we can't do two. Nah.
What's going on with Moose? I've seen his name thrown in there a lot. What has he done outside of the ring?
Well, Moose has been accused of domestic violence, and I think he has like a background. Like, I think got arrested one of the times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, you would imagine. So.
And he's always in support of Tessa Blanchard as well.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
that's a shame. Well, there you go then. Fair enough. It runs in the family. All the rest.
Some Texas were crazy. It were crazy. So King Power Driver finisher. Long story short, Tessa. Excuse me. I was about to call it Tessa Blanchard. Masha Slamovich has been accused of domestic violence and mental and physical abuse of her former partner Akira, who's also a pro wrestler that she lived with and that she was with for a number of years. Long story short, they lived in New York, so they were like. Yeah, they were living together. They were traveling together on the independent scene together. So yeah, but apparently there was domestic violence. There was a long thread of text messages. The original person who was a friend of Akira posted a tweet that had a Dropbox of like 150 screenshots of their text messages and like the verbal abuse that he was given, the manipulation that was going on, gaslighting and stuff like that was going on within the relationship. So
Akira is a grown man, right?
yes,
Like 30 something,
30 something.
Mental manipulation, gaslighting. Okay, well, I gotta keep it a buck. If I'm going to slam what's her face, what's her name? Who's the Vince lady? What's her name?
Yeah, I didn't like it when you did that. I don't like it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What the fuck? You manipulated me into this. The door's right there. Leave. I've been abused for years. Really? Good Lord. You're a grown fucking man. Now, domestic violence, that's one thing. Though, do I want to say that out loud? I don't think I want to say that out loud. No, let's not say that out loud.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Men being domestic abuse is a real problem, but
you acting like mental manipulation does not exist.
It does exist. It does exist. I absolutely believe it exists. I've had it tried on me several times. It's like, you did this and you did this to me, and then I went, this is a lot. I'm gonna leave.
But just because you were strong enough to do that doesn't mean everybody can.
Yeah, I agree. And I
feel like a lot of our disagreements on the show have to do with you thinking something and feeling like everyone or a majority of people should feel the same way.
Yes. If somebody's attempting to manipulate you, you should probably get away from them. Just a thought. It's just my opinion. If you're in your 30s, at least. If you're 23, maybe I give you a break. You said 30, have a fucking year-old man. Come on. It's time to go. She's not that hot. Leave. What are we doing? Okay, if she was super hot, I'd give him a pass. Like if this was we're not gonna do anybody. We're not gonna put anybody in the spot. If somebody's impossibly hot, then yeah. All right. I mean, I'm staring at her titties. I can't leave, even though she's being a piece of shit. But it's fucking Masha Slamovich. Just fucking leave. What are you doing? Time to go. All right. It was fun for a while. But I'm gonna get out of here. Sorry. Appreciate it.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I believe in like monetary manipulation. Like if you don't make enough money to separate from somebody because you're splitting the bills, you don't want to be fucking homeless and you don't have any parents to move in with or whatever. There's that.
And that was some of it from what the text messages says.
Oh, fair enough.
They were relying on one another. They were codependent. So
you should be a better wrestler then. You make more money. I'm joking, mostly.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Yeah, like if it was Jade, I understand mental manipulation. All right. And the physical manipulation. She might actually fuck you up. I can't leave. She body slammed on the couch a couple weeks ago. Back still fucked up. Oh, good Lord.
Oh, man. We got Frantic World just says Masha Slamovich might be done in pro wrestling, and Gail Kim got called out by Kenny Omega in the IWC yesterday. Was something. It's been just a crazy week, crazy year in general when it comes to stuff like this. But yeah, not the best week when it comes to the former TNA Knockouts World Champions.
Yeah, Masha's not done, by the way. Sorry, that's not wrestling.
No, she's not. No. I mean, we pretty much said that Tessa Blanchard was done, and she's not done. So I think we can't say that anybody's done right now, especially in this company.
No, stop.
And if I'm TNA, I'm like, oh, look at that. We got like 3 more years with Masha.
3 contract for $5. Take it or leave it.
Like people said, oh, her contracts, we knew they're probably not going to re-sign her after this. And I'm like, it's TNA, y'all. They are being ran by WWE, who just let Brock Lesnar back with an active lawsuit that has his name 44 different times. They had this man featured in one of the promo packages for the ESPN opening. Like, come on, man.
What are we doing? I didn't in trouble for beating up some guy. Stop it. No offense, sir. I feel your pain. I'm like a smaller person beat you up. I know. It's rough. It's rough. How did you deal with it? Your friend is the one sticking up for you. You're not defending yourself. Good Lord.
You just want every disclaimer. You want to catch up and lost. King Pate says, Doug, Brock Lesnar is back in wrestling. None of the outside shit matters anymore. Absolutely.
Seriously.
Absolutely. It don't matter. It don't matter at all. Christian Ramos says, I lost so much respect for Gail Kim, SM fucking H, saying doing splits for a Legends deal is nasty work. Pack it up. Alexander Fitzgerald said, screw it. TNA is probably going to bring back Joey Ryan. Laugh my fucking ass off. I mean, no. I think he is canceled. It's been too many years.
What do you do?
He was a part of the Speaking Out movement. And it's Joey Ryan. He was gross in general with his gimmick. But then we found out that it wasn't a gimmick, that's actually him. So
I love that. All right, we're not going to do this. We're doing too much. We're doing too much now. I see, like, come on, stop. We're not going to pretend like Gail Kim wasn't the shit. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You said it turned on you? What did I tell you? You said it turned on you? It's a fucking cult. Stop it. We're not doing this.
I'm not turning on her. No, she's like, you can't say, oh, she's great. Brooklyn Blake says she was always wearing hot pants, and her biggest feud was with Awesome Khan, which was a ripoff of managing Toyota versus Aja Kong. I mean, most things in wrestling are ripoffs of something else. Wrestling has been around for 100 years. Everything is a derivative of everything else. Like everything, like in general, babyface versus heel. That's just any babyface versus heel matchup is a derivative or a ripoff of one of the first babyface versus heel matchups. So can't say that. And she's so important to women's wrestling's rise in North America with what she was able to achieve with that rivalry with Awesome Khan. Just saying that it was her biggest feud doesn't say it's one of the biggest feuds in TNA's entire history. That is the actual facts of it.
Yeah, I get it. She's mean to Rio, who hasn't done anything to anybody. But take it easy.
But yes. Anything else you want to bring up? I know you didn't watch anything from this weekend, but from the outside looking in, I guess, from what you heard and how you dabble into the world of wrestling news and everything else, who would you say won the weekend in your eyes from the outside?
Who had the better show? It sounds like AEW had the better show. That's not surprising to me. I'm really disappointed with the close of... What's that show called again? WrestlePalooza. There's 8 different ways you could have ended it, and that is the least interesting way. So, of course, that's how we ended. Cody retain his championship. Good Lord. Brock Cena, even though people are mad, fuck them, who cares? The mixed tag, Stephanie, Drew winning. 80 different ways to fucking end this pay-per-view. And it's fucking Cody Rhodes going over. The fourth most important wrestler in the company going over the, 13th. What are we doing exactly? I'm just waiting for this to run out. Right now they're on a hot streak, but it's not a hot streak that was made today. It's a hot streak that was made 2 years ago. I'm just waiting for the gas to run out. Another year, maybe?
Yeah.
8 months?
I think I don't know. I think maybe the ice. Maybe they already set up the iceberg. Maybe it's the Saudi Mania.
Oh, yeah, but that money, good Lord, does it matter?
Yeah. After you make that much, does it matter anymore?
It's an absurd amount of money. I saw some of those numbers being thrown out for The Rock and Roman, and she was like, "This is a different planet here." The fuck.
It doesn't matter at that. And I think that is why they've gone into kind of the full court press counter programming AEW, because I think they kind of know that that's kind of their iceberg. And by 2027, at that point, there's a year left in AEW's TV deal, and they can potentially get more money on the next TV deal if they're able to get it with one of Discovery, somebody else if they're smart. But yeah, WWE. It's kind of like the creative juices, have already.
Yeah, they don't seem to be in a rush to fix it. I don't think they care. To say the truth.
No, it wasn't. And from my eyes, I think that it's like a tie. It's like a 10. It's like a 9-9 round for me. It's regards to WrestlePalooza and All Out, because I don't think that what a lot of fans are looking at as regards to the quality. Well, all fans should always look at what the quality of the two shows is, and if you think AEW won the weekend, that's all fair based on quality for sure. But I think that wasn't WWE's goal. That was never WWE's goal with WrestlePalooza. It was never their goal to have a better show than All Out. It was to get one person to not watch All Out and to watch WrestlePalooza. It was to take away the eyes and the trends on Google, and they quadrupled the trends on All Out. It was like 200,000 to 50,000 for the weekend. Like, it wasn't even funny how much they got that attention, and it's the big ESPN special. And you had like my family members asking me about it, like, oh, I heard WWE's going to ESPN. Like, yeah, like it for the casual fan. That's what they wanted. That was the fan they were trying to draw, and it was all about the pomp and circumstance. So it wasn't about what the match quality was. It was, you saw Brock Lesnar in his first match in 2 years, first John Cena in one of his final matches of his retirement tour, and you got to see him recreate the 2014 SummerSlam and squash John Cena and hit him with 7 F5s, and you cheered, and you got to see John Cena one final time. You got to see AJ Lee come back into the ring after 10 years and team up with her husband, CM Punk. This 30-minute story that they told with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and AJ picking up the win, beating Becky Lynch, the greatest of all time. You got to see Cody Rhodes, the face of the company, the champion, go out on top, defeat Drew McIntyre, the evil heel who you all wanted to see lose. That's what the WWE, it's all about how well they could say the show was instead of how well the show was.
Raw didn't get an F. It was Photoshop. You falling for Photoshop's now, you. It wasn't even good Photoshop.
But yeah, WrestlePalooza definitely got a C.
Yes, that was true. Yeah, I saw the Mania ticket prices. Like, this is just, that's the goal. The goal is money, and there's not really a close number 2. Sorry.
It's all about the money. All about the money. Keep coming with those comments in the live chat here. Yeah, Alexander Fitzgerald also adding those Mania ticket prices are insane for next year. We're seeing ticket prices for front row tickets are $30K. WWE is pricing out its fans.
What does that mean exactly? You mean like the regular people who's in the crowd and fucking
they're hard. Maybe like the a certain section of the hardest of the hardcore they're sectioning out, but not. I don't think they're sectioning out all their fans.
That's not really a fucking question. The question is, are there people who can afford $30,000 seats? Great, we're doing that.
Yeah,
it's the end of it.
That's why business wise, like I was like, yo, WWE's doing what they got to do. I think it's smart, everything they're doing.
It's gross. It's smart.
It's gross. But they got to do what they got to do. Big Man Dogs, one more comment before we get into the show. Says MJF versus Mark was awesome. Darby versus Mox was my match of the night. MJF versus Mystico was a match of the year candidate. Contender. I told you about that one on when we did a GOAT match series, which probably gonna drop later today or tomorrow.
All right, I'll check that. Yeah, I love MJF. And Mystico's he's here. Might as well.
Yeah. MJF had a hell of a weekend. All right, what did you already said with the Pittsburgh crowd? You weren't feeling it, so let's get into AEW Dynamite. Comes on air with Excalibur welcoming us alongside Taz and Bryan Danielson. He runs down tonight's card. Backstage, we hear from Hangman Adam Page, the AEW World Champion, saying that Kyle Fletcher took him to his absolute limit at All Out, but he's still the AEW Men's World Champion. Page can't wait to see what Fletcher accomplishes in the months and years to follow, but he wanted an open challenge tonight against the best Pittsburgh has to offer, and that's Lee Moriarty. He says he's accomplished a lot. He's the ROH Pure Champion, but it's a step up challenging for the AEW World Championship. You need to bring your A game, so we shall see tonight. I didn't like this opening because I didn't like the fact that this, for a person who's watching this for the first time, you wouldn't even know they had a pay-per-view outside of Hangman saying Kyle Fletcher pushed him to the absolute ring. We needed a video package. That pay-per-view was great. Like, if it was great, you need to show that it was great and draw people to watch the replay. You can still get the replay on HBO Max. You were saying it on commentary. Well, actually show it by showing some clips. 1 minute, 2 minute clip package. You did it for All In. I think you did something like that for Forbidden Door within like the first 20, 30 minutes of that episode. You didn't do it here, and it seemed like a ill-advised move. Hangman's promo was what it was. It was fine, but nothing to write home about. So I prefer if they did a video package to start things off. Just me.
Yeah, those are my options. I'll take the video package. Hangman he's a good promo, but there's not much to do here except pretend that Moriarty is important and pretend like Kyle Fletcher's a shit now. He is, but it's been much come from Hangman over and over. I heard you the first 4 times. I got it. Fletcher's the future. Enough.
Then you get the opening matchup. They hyped that they got 3 title matches on this card. It is Brodito defending the AEW World Tag Team Championships against the GOA, Toa Liona and Bishop Khan, with Ricochet in their corner, coming off the heels of their victory at All Out against the Hurt Syndicate. It was explained in an inset promo that the Ricochet and Gates of Agony wanted a shot at the Trios Championships, but unfortunately Katsuyori Shibata is injured after his match with Daniel Garcia on the Tailgate Brawl, so they instead were granted a title opportunity at the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Ricochet joined the commentary team. You get Brody and Toa Liona look like they're about to start the matchup, wanting to go at it, but Bandito called to start things off against the big man for GOA. They had the speed initially, got Bandito some free shots in, but Leona swatted him away and used his power to drag him to Khan, who no-sewed some chops of his own. Bandito nearly hit a gorilla press slam on Khan, but Khan floated over into a snap suplex. After a commercial break, you get Khan and Leona. They planted King with a double back suplex. King was up and swinging wildly, but ended up trapping in the wrong corner, and he was swarmed and isolated. Bandito was launched off the apron, but as that brief delay allowed King to dodge attacks and look for a tag, he realized that Bandito wasn't there, so he squashed Leona in it with a corner cannonball. Instead, we get Bandito, who finally does recover and he makes the tag, but only for Khan that came in with some strikes. Dodging the Leona offense quickly, you get Bandito started dancing to play some mind games as Khan tried blindsiding him, but was pressed over his head with the gorilla press into the corner onto Leona. You get Brodito and Brody working together a bit. He tries for the 21 flex on Leona, but not knowing that Khan has made the hot tag or the blind tag, excuse me. Leona literally squished Bandito by sitting on him. We got locomotion, corner splashes, led to an attempted double superplex, but King returned and he hits a double electric chair. King and Leona brawled ringside, where King missed a crossbody against the barricade. Leona launched Brody over the timekeeper's table. The referee, Aubrey Edwards' attention was on that, which Ricochet tried to use to his advantage. He comes in with a steel chair, but Aubrey catches him, throws him out of the ring, and throws him out of ringside area, throws him to the back. This leads to the rapid-fire offense by the champions. We get Brodito hitting a tope suicida and the 21 plex at the same time on GOA to get the 1-2-3 and retain the AEW World Tag Team Championships. Good match to start things off. Brodito worked well with each other, and I thought this was a strong effort by GOA where they looked good in their first opportunity at the AEW World Tag Team titles.
Yeah, this is probably the most credible they've ever been, at least on AEW television, and I thought it was a really good match. Matter of fact, probably my match of the night, but we'll see as we go along. Ricochet, listen, I don't say this very often, especially over the last 20 years, but Vince was right. I'm sorry. I don't need to hear from Ricochet ever again. Anywhere, ever, about fucking anything. I'm sorry. When he was stabbing motherfuckers with scissors, I was all here for it. The more he's yapped, the less impressed I've been. Yeah, Lee Carter for life. Goddamn shame. Sorry. Vince didn't get everything wrong, goddammit. But yeah.
I've seen somebody make the argument that they think Vince is a better booker than Triple H.
Like overall? Like for the entire of their careers?
Yeah. They made the argument that the highs are higher, but the lows are lower. That's the only issue.
I'm about to say, and there's a lot of lows for a long time. How quickly we forget what's happened the last 10 years. I'm not going to go that far just yet. Take it easy.
Yeah. A lot of people feel the same way we do about the matchup. Big Man Dog says this started kind of slow, but liked it. Yeah, I've been liking GOA's work. I think they've been the ones that benefited from this association with Ricochet more than Ricochet so far. I think they got to do more with Ricochet as a singles act in this group to kind of separate him, to make him the lead act. I know how you feel about him, but I'm saying if that's the purpose of the group, then they need to do more to kind of separate Ricochet from the group. But if the goal is for them to win the Trios championships, I think that's where they're going to go. I think that's the big thing that they're probably building to for now. But the thing with Tony Khan and people winning championships, you never know what the follow-up is. That's the issue.
It's very true. All right. It appears we've stumbled upon the GOA as a serious group. Should we just focus on that? How long are we going to keep with this Ricochet experiment?
I think, but I think they've benefited from the association with Ricochet. I think that's the whole reason that we're taking them seriously again.
I disagree. I think they've benefited from MVP being allergic to FDR. And he's decided to pretend like he loves GOA, even though he doesn't. They're like, you know what? I do like GOA. You don't. Stop. Knock it off.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. A couple of people saying with the Vince versus Triple H. He says, until Triple H hits 2019 vibes, then Vince will always be trash.
Let's say, yeah. This product is just a bore. I never went, what the fuck is this shit? But then again, I don't watch SmackDown, so who knows?
Backstage, we get Alicia Toot, who is with the Conglomeration, which Mark Briscoe yells that he wanted Don Callis to bring his heavy hitters, and he did just that. Takeshita, Okada, Hachicero, A dude asks who their partner will be for tonight's show. As Briscoe said, the word of the day is a mystery. So you're not gonna you can't pull this information to me, no matter how hard you try to appeal to me, no matter how hard you squeeze or any juice out of this. He woke up and asked himself, Orange, you glad there's so many Conglomeration members to choose from? Briscoe said he could put on some shades to help make his decision, as they all put on Orange Cassidy as shades, while Kyle O'Reilly calls it to Jane. The camera quickly switched to another El Clone vignette showing that the clone of Hologram is still following him, yet not having that much effect quite yet.
All right. Sure. You know what? Yeah. Didn't he just beat MJF?
That was one of my big nitpicks with this show. What the fuck are like? I mean, it's one thing if commentary, you know. I understand you wanted to interview him before the matchup, and we always enjoy hype for any big matchup on the show. And it was middle of an hour matchup, so I don't mind the hype for that. But I would have wished he would have addressed he just picked up the biggest win of his whole entire singles career. Not just AEW career, not just the last 2-3 years he's been with AEW, his entire singles career. I don't think he's ever beaten someone on the level of MJF. And he literally kind of just moved on to that, started hyping up Orange Cassidy return, and hyped up the matchup with the Don Callis family, and just kept it pushing. No addressing that. There's no addressing how this win matters, except for the other guy. The other guy made the win feel like something. The loss felt like something. It's like the win didn't feel like it.
Yes. So we got it half right. Outrageous. Yeah, you gotta be honest. What comes up next?
And I agree with Big Man Dogs. It was one of the best matches on the show on Saturday.
Yeah?
Yeah. Use the stipulation very well.
MJF, make a run for it. I mean, that seems like they're going on vacation. I'm not mad at it.
But there you go. On the other hand, you got known Mark Briscoe hater King Potato said, "This is the Mark Briscoe I love." When he's doing funny ass nonsensical promos with the Conglomeration, because that means he's not in the main event. You like Mark Briscoe working at the local gas station. So when you start seeing Mark Briscoe, yeah, like you're like, when you start seeing Mark Briscoe with a suit and tie and he's working in Wall Street, you're like, nah. This is not. He's out of place. He's out of place here. That's what King Potato. He don't want to see Mark Briscoe doing better for himself. We got Neville in the chat, a new name in the chat, who said, who could Hangman even face then anyways at Wrestle Dream? We'll get to that. We'll address that when we talk about Hangman's matchup on the show. Davion says tag team championship match was solid. We got Annika who says here comes Jimmy's voice. That's probably when she heard Jimmy's voice. Like,
what?
During that second.
What is he talking? Like, what is he talking about, sir? You should put him for something important, like a big feud or a title shot or something.
Or he should get the win in this matchup. You should do like
you would think
or something, or something. I don't know. Or he should. No. You should I'm like spoiling like some of the matchup, but like this matchup, it accomplished a few things. Like it gave Hologram another win. It set up what happened in the post match, and it continued the Okada to catch the thing. But if anybody on the babyface team was injected into the unified title picture with Okada and Takeshita, it was Orange Cassidy, not Briscoe. It didn't make any sense. I was like, Mark Briscoe is the guy who should be here. Like, why is he? He's getting some good sequences with them, but he's not really involved in the story that they're telling with them. Orange Cassidy is the one who is being the instigator or the interjector into that. Yeah, but we'll get into it more. We'll get into it more. Well, yeah, that's probably it. But we're not going to see anything towards that until next week. Annika says finally face Fletcher for the TNT title.
They really do book for like 1 week ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
I think it is some like I think it is. Well, I think I said this last year. I think it's very much okay. That pay-per-view's done. Okay, what's the next pay-per-view? Okay, what matches do we want to do? And then they work backwards from there.
Oh, it's a terrible way to do anything.
What you should do is like have your stop points. That's what WWE does for the most part. I think nowadays is they have their kind of stop point, their checkpoint shows that they're building to, and that's the one that they're thinking about long term, and then they go from there to the next show, and then they do the next next TV show, how we're going to start the build to that next show that we just finished building out.
Yeah, Russo said he would book from Mania to Mania, but that's clearly not true if you watch. So
Not at all. Not at all.
So probably from Mania to SummerSlam, and SummerSlam to Mania, if I had to guess. Back then, I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
now.
and if I'm AEW, I'm booking from Revolution to All In, from All In to Revolution. Those are your two main shows.
Yeah, appropriately spaced apart. It seems pretty common sensey.
Yeah. Those are your two main shows of the years. Those are your checkpoint shows that you should really kind of like build upon. And like everything else, you can kind of you'll figure it you'll figure it out. You'll do that, and then you'll work out the next big show. What's the next show? Oh, the next show's World's End. Okay, let's build that out. Continental Classic final. Blah 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 blah. Renee Paquette is backstage with the new AEW Women's World Champion Kris Statlander, but she was interrupted by our friendly neighborhood Harley Cameron with an over-the-top intro, who introduces Kris Statlander as the Stat Never Stops. That she bigs up her good friend. Harley gives her that. Then Stat says she's pretty beaten up after Saturday, but she is a fighting champion, so why waste time? Paquette brings up Mina Shirakawa being a close personal friend of former champion Timeless Toni Storm. Kris says that she loves Mina, but not like how Tony probably does. But Paquette asks Statlander's association with the Deaf Riders has been something that's caused a couple of questions. And after a long pause, Statlander looked at Paquette, saying that things can move pretty fast when you make decisions. The same line that Jon Moxley said after Daniel Garcia joined the Deaf Riders a couple of weeks ago. Cameron broke the tension by hyping Statlander up, saying that she will come out and she will give her a big hug because that is what's going to happen. Kris Statlander retained the AEW Women's World Championship. I was like, this is setting up for a clear death for Harley Cameron. I saw this segment and I saw her line and the seriousness that went over her face. I was like, oh, poor Harley. This is actually
I just thought, didn't Kris Statlander just beat the greatest women's champion in AEW history? Didn't that just happen? You don't want to say what this means to you or finally accomplishing your dream? Anything you want to say? No? Oh, fair enough. I said last week, I'll say it again. It's over. And her winning the belt doesn't change anything for me. It's over. It's over. They don't trust her to cut. I just won the fucking biggest championship of my fucking life, Romo. Are you serious? What do we do? It's over. You know what? After her promo last week, I'm not mad at not letting it happen. It's over. It's over. It's a road.
I thought what they did with her later in the night was really good, though. That's it.
Yes.
I know you've been on the same kick.
Nikki, I love her. So she's a nice hand. It's like when Rock beat Benoit in those title matches. Like, yeah, all right, you know what? You get Benoit shot. Yeah, we're done. We're done with that. You're a wrestle guy. You're a wrestle guy. Good match guy. Up and make her guy. It's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Benoit had a great career up until some shit happened. But, you know what I mean?
And won the world title.
Yeah. Hey. Take it. Let's move on.
Hey. For at least one night, she was the most important female character on this show. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that because Timeless Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné were not on this show. But I am partly saying that. I'm not just saying that. I'm just partly saying.
I do appreciate them giving her the spotlight. This episode is.
Yeah. I do agree. They could have done more with this spot in particular. I hope they can make it up. They can give her like the biggest championship win of her life, and especially after what they did to end the show, you need to give her some promo time either on Collision or on Dynamite next week for sure. But I doubt they do that.
That's all. It's all right.
She is involved in an important storyline though. So, we'll
Absolutely. You know what? That's very true. Her and Willow. Anything that doesn't involve women. Good job.
I hate you when you're right, but you are. For the AEW World Championship, Hangman Adam Page defends against Ring of Honor Pure Champion Lee Moriarty. Pittsburgh's own, having his first opportunity at the AEW World Championship. Smartly, AEW did do a video package to kind of show and highlight what Lee Moriarty's been able to accomplish over in Ring of Honor. You had Bryan Danielson on commentary, really putting over Moriarty, and that he's defeated technical masters like Nigel McGuinness and Blue Panther. An opening handshake led to the two having a kind of a feeling out process to start things off before Lee went straight for the neck early on. That was beaten up brutally by Fletcher at All Out, but Page turned it into a test of strength. Moriarty backed Page to the corner and threw a back elbow to the jaw, but both traded shoulder blocks with Page standing tall. Moriarty dodged a sliding lariat, but Page caught a leapfrog into a body slam and then a big boot that led to the commercial break. Yet Moriarty, who got a springboard flying forearm as the hometown crowd were biting on that near fall there. You get both trading forearms for a bit. Then Page hits a big back body drop and then a fallaway slam into a kip up. He gets a Death Valley driver that was right on the back of the neck. Moriarty was able to kick out though. Moriarty countered a dead eye into an octopus stretch, and then he transitioned that into the Border City stretch. Then we get Page, who rolls out. He tries a dead eye again, but this time you get swung for the fences during the counter to turn Moriarty inside out with a lariat. And then he hits Moriarty with a dead eye in the center of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Hangman Adam Page retains the AEW World Championship. This was a short but competitive matchup, a strong showing for Moriarty, but it was under 10 minutes, so I can understand if it didn't live up to AEW championship standards, but it was solid. What did you think?
It was almost perfect. A little long. It was under 10 minutes. So what, 9?
I think
9.5?
I think it was the perfect amount of time considering he's just coming off of the pay-per-view main event and the banged up neck. I think that's the only reason that it goes that long. And I think they did it. I think this was only the only commentary. This was the only time commentary did a good job like during the matches outside of Brian, who's I think is always good in my opinion. But I think they did a good job of explaining that he was banged up and got brutalized on the neck by Kyle Fletcher, and he's coming in with a banged up neck. So that's caused Lee to get some close submission near falls basically and near falls in the matchup.
I gotta see this match. What happened to the pay-per-view? Did he get stabbed with a machete? Did he get shot 9 times?
No, he didn't get a 50. No.
Then there's no reason to be struggling with Lee Moriarty. I don't care what happened. No disrespect, sir.
Who beat Lee Moriarty in under 10 minutes? That came coming off of a pay-per-view main event.
Who beat Lee Moriarty under 10 minutes coming off of it? When was the last time Lee Moriarty won a fucking match on Dynamite? So everybody who's fought him one time. I'm sorry. It is what it is. This was fine. I thought the crowd was ass. Though to be fair, it's just Lee Moriarty. I'm sorry for shitting on you, sir. You're kind of paying for the crimes of your brothers, Booker T and Swerve and Moose. Apparently, I just can't trust you. Long term. So I can't have your back. I'm sorry. I just can't. The odds of you being a coon are just too high. 50-50. It's like I can't
The
get.
words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I can't give you the benefit of the doubt, sir. I'm sorry. So yeah, you're just a guy from Ring of Honor Wrestled a fine match. Hangman, I guess.
Why are you this way? Why are you this way?
Sorry. In all seriousness, I couldn't get into it. I can't buy Lee Murray winning a match at all, especially against Hangman. Stop.
Yeah, we all knew who was winning this matchup. I just wanted to see if they make it a little bit competitive. They made it somewhat for like a couple of minutes. That's it, because of Hangman's match. Yeah. But I thought it was solid. I thought it was a good match. Then you get what was next? Oh yeah, backstage you get a video clip actually from All Out, where Christian Cage was backstage recovering from the Spike Power Driver. They showed highlights of the matchup with FTR, where FTR after the matchup delivered the Spike Power Driver to Beth Copeland, Adam Copeland's wife and WWE Hall of Famer. Renee Paquette wanted comments from Adam Copeland backstage after following, but he said that he can't talk right now. He says he loves Renee, but he just can't. Walking into the dressing room, Christian Cage asks Copeland, "What's the plan?" In which Copeland said he doesn't know. He doesn't know if he can do this anymore. He has to go be with his family. Cage says that he doesn't have a family anymore. But Copeland, you should go take care of yours. But then Copeland says, no, that's not true. The stuff about not having a family, you do. Both men shake hands as Copeland left the arena to tend to his wife.
Before I compliment the segment, which I did enjoy, to say the truth, do we have to set everything up with an interview that doesn't happen? It's my least favorite AEW trope, and it reminds me of when Swerve and Hangman had their fucking segment.
I was gonna say that was the last time that I remember it happening.
And you bring a cameraman into my locker room, kick him out. Just kick him out. What are we doing? What is going on? That aside,
you should kick him out.
That aside, this was really good. It hit for me mostly, kind of acknowledging that we're not all idiots. You remember the last 20 years that's been wrestling, particularly the last 5 or so. It works for me quite a bit, and it wasn't too hokey between Ed and Christian, which is a nice start. I liked it a lot.
I enjoyed it too. Now, can you believe that there are some fans out there that believe that this was the final segment of Adam Copeland's AEW run, and that this was
Absolutely.
the way that Tony Khan was going to write him off so he could go back to WWE to have one final match with John Cena?
Oh, absolutely. That's what we're going to do, because WWE's been so nice to them. He's going to do them a favor. What the fuck are we doing? What are we talking about? Good Lord. Would you fucking stop? And dismiss all that. Dismiss all of that. How is this Edge's final segment of wrestling? When has anything ever ended that way ever? Gotta take care of my family. Then you leave a backstage segment on a Dynamite. What the fuck?
I gotta go take care of my family. No, you'll always be family to me.
Then they hug. Oh, would you stop it?
No, they shook hands because they're building to the hug. Because Christian still hasn't returned the hug yet. I know the lore of what Big Man Dog calls Unk Line. I know the lore of Unk Line. We need a hug, and we need our first 5-second pose in 24 years.
Oh, good Lord! Don't do this to me.
Unk Line.
They're definitely gonna hug when Edge returns to save Christian from whatever beatdown is in the beginning. I don't need a 5-second pose. I'm tired of people saying, "Look how cool this thing is." That was cool before. Please, no, thank you. No, thank you.
I mainly think because this is kind of a short turnaround between All Out. Well, relatively short turnaround between All Out. It's a regular turnaround, 4 weeks. I think, and because Wrestle Dream is not like the big premiere pay-per-view of like the other ones throughout the year, or what Full Gear will probably be, because that's one of their tentpole shows, one of their big 4, the first 4 that they created when they were born in 2019, 2020. So I think that's why we're seeing so many people basically written off for a temporary time on this show. I don't think that they're going to be gone for long because, sorry, there's way too many stars who got written off on this show and that are currently actually injured or away right now for us to be functional for more than one pay-per-view cycle. But I think they can make it through this pay-per-view cycle because of Wrestle Dream not being the marquee name that it is. I wish they would come up with a concept for a Wrestle Dream. Like I was talking about earlier, like we were talking about this Hangman and Lee Moriarty matchup, and it was brought up in the chat who was next for Hangman, and I was thinking that Wrestle Dream should be like a concept. And what if like Tony Khan gave like the world champions the opportunity to choose their own opponent, choose their dream opponent for Wrestle Dream? Like that, it's a corny one, it's a simple one, but I think it will work. It's something interesting that's different from what we would see in like a WWE. It's something different that we would see from every other show that AEW has. And it gives Wrestle Dream some type of purpose. I don't think it really has a purpose. It just feels like a knockoff second-rate Forbidden Door.
Jesus. Didn't they just do that for fucking shows that? But Io didn't pick her friend. She picked Rhea.
Well, they did that for Evolution.
I'm not against it, as long as it doesn't go against set up storylines already. Like Io saying she wanted to fix Asuka and then didn't pick Asuka. Of course, it's burned. Io, the big heel. And I'm at that today.
He booked that championship run so badly.
Io's felt nothing of it. Still a star. Go ahead. Good on you. Because he's not helping at all.
All right. Next up, we had in my eyes the best back-to-back segments. Tony Schiavone is in the ring and he calls out Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler, Stokely Hathaway.
Let's go
to the ring to explain their heinous attack on Beth Copeland at All Out. Schiavone told them his opinion doesn't matter, but what he saw on Saturday was the most disgusting thing he's ever seen in an AEW ring, which covers a lot because you've seen a lot of Jon Moxley matches. So I don't know.
What?
Wheeler says they deserve every bit of booze they're receiving. And my, oh my, was this the loudest that Pittsburgh was the entire night because they booed the hell out of FTR. Their actions at All Out has kept him up at night, as that has never been their intentions. It was to end Copeland's career at All Out, but he had to get his best friend involved. He had to get his wife into the picture. It's Copeland who is responsible for FTR dropping his wife on her micro brawler head. Stokely says he forgives Beth Copeland for what she did to him at All Out. He wasn't running up the ramp to attack Beth. It was to shake her hand. It was to give her a hug, but received a spear instead, which didn't even hurt. Stokely was going to just kip up, but Beth carried him to the back as he ultimately allowed Beth to spear him. He thinks about, the women should have a choice. They should. I respect the woman's choice to choose. Adam Copeland and Christian needed Beth to win the match. But the worst thing of all is that Beth doesn't even work here. Harwood refused to apologize to Adam or Christian for dropping Adam on his head or dropping Christian on his CTE-ridden brains. But he will to Beth. Despite Beth punching Harwood in his broken nose, it watered his eyes, making him think Beth was her husband, leading FTR to drop her on her head. Harwood would never put his hands on a woman, and with Beth, he uses that term very loosely. This brings out This brings out Willow Nightingale. This is when I was like, oh, okay, this is getting even more interesting. All right. Willow Nightingale's music hit. She comes out. She gets in the ring. As she said, if FTR wrestled as good as they lie, they could have won their match at All Out. Nightingale says that she's out to talk about a Hall of Famer, a legend, Beth Copeland, who has inspired her and why she became a wrestler. Women like Beth, or why she came back from a broken freaking neck to do things like win the TBS championship or the Owen Hart tournament. And the reason she doesn't take shit from guys like FTR. Nightingale tells them to try their apology with more sincerity or get out of from the ring. I was like, all right, Willow. Stokely said it's past Willow's bedtime and said that there's an episode of Proud Family she could be watching from home. As Nightingale slapped the hell out of Stokely, who sold it perfectly before FTR got in Willow's face. Then we get Jet Speed sprinting out to have Willow's back against FTR. FTR fakes like they're leaving before trying the cheap shot, but they get a super kick and a drop kick from Speedball and the Jet. Stokely was pulled to safety before Nightingale could do any damage to him any further, as FTR and Stokely are on the entranceway while Jet Speed and Willow take over the ring. This segment was fabulous. I enjoyed the hell out of this segment. I just had a big smile on my face watching it. There's a whole bunch of people I enjoy in the right position and right places for me to enjoy them. FTR has become the most over heel act in AEW. They're the most over heels. I think them and Don Callis. I think Don Callis by himself, not even the Don Callis family, because a lot of those guys are so good they get cheers. So it's Don Callis. It's Don Callis and FTR are the biggest heels in AEW. They get the most heat, and FTR was so good. They've just gotten in their bag in this heel run. I think this is the best mic work I've heard from them, and I really loved their mic work when they originally turned babyface. But my lord, do they know how to get under the skin of every single audience they're in front of? Even the segment that we criticized, where they were just trying to start fights with fans, they still were getting boos and heat there. So they get heat each and every week. They know what to say to stay the heels, and they were positioned perfectly against very likable, very lovable babyface Willow Nightingale, who's really good on the mic herself and had a good promo here. And Stokely played his role as the kind of the guy who just gets beat up by everybody. And then Jet Speed came in for save, and they didn't have to say a word. They just let Willow do the talk. Just perfect. Jimmy, what did you think?
Ditto on all of that. Only thing I would have changed is probably I would have had Willow being more danger for Jet Speed came in. Just felt like I tried to really do anything except stop you from assaulting their manager. But that aside, the fucking FTR was fantastic. Cash, he fumbled a little bit there, but he was still good. And Stokely and Dax were fucking fantastic. Dax in particular comes across like a complete scumbag. I love it. I'm here for all of it. And Willow was great. Kind of noble as she should be. This is fantastic usage for everybody. What does this lead to? I assume a match at some point with those 6 people, but I don't know when or where that would happen.
I'm guessing Copeland's going to come back probably for the Full Gear run. So that's when the next Cope and Christian versus FTR match will probably be. I think the next one will be FTR and Stokely versus Christian, Cope, and Beth. Yeah.
Really?
I think that's the next matchup that they do. So their next tag team matchup will probably, by that time, that will probably be for the AEW World Tag Team titles.
No matter.
I think that's the booking. So I do think you're right that these 6 are going to face. So it's either going to be a big episode of Dynamite in the next couple of weeks. You would think maybe they add it on like Collision for the 6th anniversary next week. If not there, then I would think maybe you can. I don't know. It's FTR. They're so good at like just cutting these promos that get under people's skin, and I think Willow's good. They can do good mic work to build it up. You could do that at Wrestle Dream to give FTR and Stokely a win to build them some credibility, so they have some confidence. So Stokely gets so much confidence he challenges Cope, Christian, and Beth.
I don't know. I need more FTR, more Stokely, more Willow. Obviously, this was great. Yeah. This is the best part of the night by like, it's absurd. Well, best part of the night outside of the
next segment.
Promo. You're going to see later, yeah.
Davion says, segment of the night. We got Alexander who says, yeah, Jet Speed and Willow versus FTR and another women's wrestler. I wonder who. No, you could do Stokely. That's perfect. He's perfect for that. King Potato says Jet look like local droppers every time they come out to make safe. Zero negative aura.
Facts. It is what it is. You ain't got to like it.
Ridiculous.
Almost got their ass beat jumping that railing. What the fuck coming here? Oh, you guys, I know about that.
You guys are ridiculous. Then we hear from a clip after All Out. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to mention? I think the other thing that this segment did on the low, I think it might have set up Willow teaming with Beth in the women's tournament. If Beth has signed to do anything, I think she would want to be part of a tag team tournament. And I think the logical thing months ago when the tag team tournament was first brought up is, oh, this is the culmination. They make them come back together. They're basically doing the Sasha and Bailey story with Willow and Kris. But now Kris is kind of positioned to be with Harley. So Willow needs somebody. So, you can put her with Aminata. She's been teaming with Aminata in these multi-woman matches. But I feel like Willow needs someone bigger. And I feel like that's a big name. And that's someone that she would get to the finals with.
I'm really down this tournament. I'm really down on all of this. I want to have some constructive fucking thoughts. I really don't want to see this fucking tournament. God damn it. Can we get this shit we have already right? Please, if you don't mind. Statlander's feud with fucking John Moxley. What are we doing?
We got Nicky Boy, Nick Jackson, who has been a member for over a year now. Thank you so much, Nicky Boy. We always appreciate you in the chat. He says, just came here to say Proto Star. We'll get to him in a bit, especially after his performance on Saturday. We also got a super chat donation from our main man, Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries. We will give you the mic so you can.
Bitch, come on now. Oh my God, Shavon, what the hell is wrong with you?
Chuck Berry says, is it me or does it seem that TK is all over the place with Willow Knight and Gail creatively? Yeah. Where can she fit in best in you guys' opinion? If she's not going to be champion, I think this is the best. I think she is the woman that can interact with the men and be a part of like more important, more beautiful stories with the men because Tony Khan won't do a lot of stories with women. So this is her best guess to do that. And I think that she gained something from the whole Death Riders thing that put her in a prominent position on Double or Nothing. And she had a great performance there. But then the follow-up was off. She didn't follow up well. You just have to have a good story, tell it, complete it, because that felt like you were completing the big war of AEW versus Death Riders. You didn't complete anything with Willow and Marina. That's why a couple of weeks ago she was still cutting promos on Marina. But if you're going to tell a story here, tell it completely. Don't leave it open-ended like you did with Willow and Marina. If you tell good stories with the men, that's fine if she's out of the title picture, but she should be in the title picture. What do you think?
Yes, she should be the women's world champion forever and ever and ever until the end of time. But that's not going to happen. So here is fine. Wherever they use her is fine. There's not a lot of fucking space on this goddamn roster. On the roster, on the show to use her, apparently.
Also
when
true.
We get 15 minutes allocated to them. Yeah. So my opinion, belt or whatever. As long as she's on the show, I'm good, I suppose. This Booker's hitting
as long as she's As long as she's used, you're good.
Yes.
You're not the hardest fan to please when it comes to Willow. You just want to see
I
her.
don't know. She's in my top 5, along with 3 other people who get no love, and Stephanie. That's it.
Who is it?
Oh,
EO?
LA
said
Knight,
EO,
obviously.
EO Punk, LA Knight,
Takeshita?
Care.
No fucking
Care
love.
Takeshita?
Yeah. Goddamn shame. What did I do to these people? Except tell them that it's terrible at the jobs.
You've been awful to them for several years on this channel, since dating back to 2019.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, Oba! Forget about Oba.
Quite awful to them. You were a trendsetter in how to be awful, to be fair. So
Oba gets a lot of love. But that's Shawn Michaels. That's the guy.
That's a C-level show.
That's a C-level show. Boy, get him off the show. Good Lord.
Please get Oba off that show. So I take that as you're not going to watch No Mercy.
I might watch Oba and Ricky. And I might watch Mariah and Jordan Grace.
Okay.
But then again, I said that about like 4 matches on Saturday, and I didn't watch anything. So
yeah, you didn't watch anything. I know you wanted to watch EO and Stephanie, and you didn't watch that.
So much. I just can't. I just get down to watch wrestling these days. It's like, oh, that was good. What's the next terrible thing? Right up next. Here we go.
God damn, man! I didn't know like I was like doing a self-fulfilling prophecy when I said you were so miserable.
Oh fuck yeah, it's happened. Raw was good, and I felt nothing. It's hard to explain. Goddamn shame.
How does my mic sound? My mic sound all right?
Sounds good.
Oh, okay. Someone said I sound. Oh, they said I sound underwater.
Oh, you did. No, you don't.
Okay, I fixed it. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I see people were commenting late. All right, cool. All right. We get next up was probably my second or probably first. This like I said.
Wow. Really?
What? Yeah, I love
your favorite.
Next, love this. It might be my favorite. We'll decide at the end of the show. Well, we get MJF with post-match comments after All Out, saying that he was so angry right now, but he doesn't have the energy to yell anymore. Not long ago, he was the biggest name in wrestling. Then Adam Cole came into his life, broke his ankle, and subsequently broke his heart. Then MJF lost his AEW world title, his mojo, and went and rehabbed. He came back. MJF still has accomplished more than anyone could dream of in this time frame. But something is missing. He's just playing MJF, who has made too many mistakes he never would have made before. Creating doubt after doubt, that is what he was born to do. That is what he's been doing since he came to AEW. The tax in his body right now, there are doubts, as he can't come back until he can look himself in the mirror and not see a fraud. Long ago, Ospreay, Strickland, Hangman, they were once in his dust, but now he's in theirs. He won't come back until he's the most dangerous he's ever been. He picks attack out of his arm. MJF says there's a time where he would bite off more than he could chew. But he ate it up and he spit it out. MJF is going to come back and do things the only way he knows how, whether you like it or not. My way. I thought this was a very concise, a very clear, very focused message. I thought the cadence, the delivery was on point. This was a great MJF promo. What did you think?
Agreed. It was a fantastic MJF promo. the best one we've seen in a while, and it had the added benefit of reminding everybody that the pay-per-view just took place how many fucking days ago. He's the only person that seems to have any recollection of it, and it's the only thing that seems to have affected his character going forward. Will it actually pay off? That I don't know. I have my doubts, but I thought this was really well done. I did notice he did not even acknowledge the fact that he spent 2 months in the Hurt Syndicate. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, yes, when he recapped his year, he didn't even. He just. I was in the Hurt Syndicate, and they kicked me out. Oh, I need to.
You would think that'd be important to mention, but
Not important.
Apparently not. I really want to know what the fuck happened. I'm so curious. Definitely didn't end amicably. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I just want to know, who is it, Lashley or Shelton?
Mm.
Who was it? We need the odds. What's the odds? What's the odds on this? What's the Vegas odds? Let me find out.
Actually, my guess is Max.
You think he made the decision? No, but the report said that it was a member of the Hurt Syndicate that wasn't MVP.
First of all, what an outrageous report that is. How do you not know? A member of the Hurt Syndicate that's not MVP. So what'd you see? Just like some bald black guy exiting Tony Khan's office? Are you gonna what?
It's like, that's a nigga. That's a bald nigga.
All right. If we gotta do
I mean, technically, he was a member. He was a member. MJF.
That's a good point. Absolutely.
But yeah, so Alexander says Lashley. See, I'm thinking the same way that Big Man Dogs is. I've said it on the channel before. I think it's Shelton. Shelton became the fourth guy and kind of a nameless henchman in the group. Whereas when MJF immediately left, we started seeing Shelton in the ring more. We started standing out more again. And it's like, yeah, I can see. That's when I started seeing him in the ring and seeing how motivated he's been and how good he's been since he came to AEW, I could see him feeling like MJF's just clogging up all the oxygen in every room we're in with him.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, maybe. Though you all seem to think Bobby. Jesus.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's Bobby.
God damn. All right.
The Almighty has spoken. Indeed. But yes, great promo. When do you think MJF returns?
Do we know when Ospreay and Swerve are coming back?
Ospreay is not coming back till next year.
Then let's say before the end of the year, MJF comes back. Let's say at Full Gear. Maybe some recorded promos before then.
Okay, I can see that. The way the promo with him saying he's going to be the most dangerous he's ever been, I think, and he mentioned him in the promo. I think he was teasing maybe a Swerve feud. That's one of the main feuds they haven't done with him.
I'm not against that. That would be fucking fantastic. I think that it's one of the keys to turning around AEW is that too many of the top guys, number one, are out. Number two, spend too much of their time dealing with not top guys.
Yeah, that's been the turnaround this year has been the amount of times that we've seen the top guys interacting with the top guys. It's the whole turnaround for the whole Death Riders angle was when Swerve and Hangman and Ospreay got involved. That was when it was like, oh, okay, now we're actually interested. Now we want to see Jon Moxley like really lose this title, and we're interested in one of these guys doing it.
Yes, please and fucking thank you. Lashley, Swerve, Moxley, Omega, Darby, Hangman. Who else I put in there? MJF, and Ospreay. I'd go 6 months without them interacting with anybody outside of that group. Sorry to the Mark Briscoes of the world.
I wouldn't mind that either.
I wouldn't mind that either. I think you can have like someone like you can have a veteran like your Mark Briscoe if he gets back into good enough shape, like a Eddie Kingston. They can be like your fringe main eventers. Those are the guys that are like the guys that were underneath in the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era was a deep main event scene, and they had the guys that would underneath like your Kanes, like your Big Shows, that would only flirt with the main event scene after like 2000 or so. They would only flirt and have those couple of matches with those guys, but they would just drop back down to where they were supposed to be. And then you had the up-and-comers like your Jerichos and your Chris Benoit's. They got your Kyle Fletchers right now. Like, you can have him mix it up with those guys occasionally, but he's got some time left before he gets to that level.
I totally forgot Kingston came back. I heard it didn't look great.
It did not look good. He got winded. He got blown up after like 5 minutes.
It's Eddie Kingston #1. Who was sitting out.
It was over a year.
Yeah. I don't know how you work. Maybe ROH. I'm not sure how you work yourself back into shape. In the shape. It's Eddie Kingston shape.
I think what they're going to do is put him in this tag team with Hook. They were announced to face Big Bill and Brian Keefe on Collision.
What did we just talk about? About top guys. Let me just say. And he's dealing with Hook and Brian Keith and Big. What are we doing?
No, we just put him in the tier right below the top guys. Like he's in
the tier with them other niggas.
He's the fringe main eventer. No, he's not in the same tier as Hook. Hook is in a couple of tiers below. Man, you're making me get hyped for our end of year tier list. I can only imagine what you're gonna do to Hook.
Oh, good Lord. Released. Disrespect. Good Lord. Fuck.
Big Ran Dog says, what about this? MJF versus Swerve leads to Swerve turning heel after MJF calls him out for turning into a mascot.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Let's go. Sounds right. Not the word I use for Swerve, but I like it.
Sounds good. He said that's not the word I use for Swerve, but that
I don't think MJF can get away with calling him the word I call him. But I think
I'll take it. I'll take it anyway. Sure. The mascot. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I think before the end of the year, definitely MJF will be back. Then we get the aforementioned Don Callis family, AEW Unified Champion Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, and Hechicero, with Don Callis and Rocky Romero and Lance Archer in their corner, versus Mark Briscoe, Hologram, and a mystery partner. First, we would get some words from Don Callis, who says that he's not only a world-class manager, but a world-class painter. And he has his past paintings on the big screen. Callis says that he's been painting the last 6 days and nights. Tonight, unveiling his masterpiece. As it's so big, they had to roll it out. Callis said that all the greatest artists will roll over in their graves. The painting is rolled out, and when the curtain is lowered, it's Orange Cassidy with the ripped out picture from a frame. He was standing in the middle of the broken painting. Cassidy sidestepped a charging Romero who went crashing into the frame. I love his video wall, which I guess they didn't have any media on Adobe, which was media offline. I don't know if this was a botch or a part of his new entrance video. If it is, perfect. It's incredible, incredibly lazy.
They botched all this. It was hilarious.
Briscoe and Hologram hit the ring and went at Hechicero while Cassidy's music kept playing. He hit a few drop kicks on Takeshita and Okada, who were able to send Cassidy outside, but Briscoe and Hologram turned the tables, hitting stereo dives until Cassidy fell on top of the pile. The bell officially rang with Briscoe and Hologram hitting 10 corner punches on Hechicero, while Cassidy contributed 1 for good measure. Fast sequence with Hechicero and Hologram, who worked really well together in this matchup here, who hit a series of arm drags until Hechicero hit a running corner pump knee and a reverse monkey flip into his submission. He hits a spinning TKO, putting him in firm control before we get to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Callis said everything is great in the family, while Hologram connected with a head scissors on both Hechicero, and then Takeshita. As Okada ran in and cleared Briscoe and Cassidy from the apron, Hologram flipped out of a German suplex, diving for a Briscoe hot tag. Briscoe started running wild, hitting flying forearms and fisherman busters. Flying lariat from Briscoe led to a Cassidy tag. He came in and he hugs his former Chaos running mate, Okada, before planting him with a stun dog millionaire. Cassidy tried one on Takeshita, but he caught him, and then he passed him over to Okada for an air raid crash knee. We started seeing actually Okada and Takeshita working with each other in the matchup here as they did another double team on Hologram as well. This was interrupted when Orange Cassidy came into the ring and he hits his little kicks, leading to a double Hurricane Rana on both the Alpha and the Rainmaker here. Hechicero then cuts off Cassidy with the Mad Scientist bomb and a guillotine head scissors on Hologram. Cassidy then comes back in. He hits a spinning DDT. Okada hits a shotgun dropkick, but then Briscoe plants Okada with the DDT. We get the power drive knee by Okada. But then Okada and Takeshita have a misunderstanding, a miscommunication. They have a brief stare down before getting back on the same page, and the babyface is taking control of things. It leaves Hologram and Hechicero in the ring, where Hologram finished things off with the portal bomb for the 1-2-3 to become 34-0 in All Elite Wrestling since his debut last year. Hologram, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy pick up the victory in a very fun trios matchup. I had a hell of a time watching this one. Post-match, though, you get Kyle Fletcher coming off the loss in the main event of All Out. He comes out and he says that it's good to see Orange Cassidy back, not so good to see Briscoe. At All Out, Fletcher proved he belongs in the main event, the tippy top of the industry, as he'll be ready one day, very soon, and is a future AEW Men's World Champion. Hangman Page was right, though, about one thing. The next morning was the worst Fletcher has felt in his entire life. Never feeling so crushed and defeated. But he looked in the mirror and remembered who the hell he is. He is on track to being the greatest TNT champion of all time. That sees a bunch of dorks in the ring, but also an opportunity. Hologram has the longest undefeated streak of any man in AEW history. 34-0. But more like 34 and scared of Kyle Fletcher, as it's the only reason his streak has lasted so long. Fletcher can't think of a better way to get back on the horse than beat Hologram next week on the 6th anniversary episode of Dynamite. Title versus career. Hologram nods, agreeing to the challenge. We're told that Tony Khan has already made it official as Fletcher raises the title as he is ready to rebound off of the loss at All Out. As not only does he have next Wednesday to worry about, as this Saturday on Collision, he has an open challenge for the AEW TNT Championship that has been answered by the returning Commander, preparing him for a luchador, I guess. But then next Wednesday, it will be, if he retains, with Kyle Fletcher going up against Hologram, title versus streak. What did you think about the trios matchup here? The little interactions between Okada and Takeshita continuing here. Hologram picking up the win, the return of Orange Cassidy, and then the post-match with Kyle Fletcher challenge to Hologram.
The match was good. I will say that. It was fun at the very least. Matchup. I qualified as good, but it was fun. I think I hated everything else. Orange Cassidy's back. Listen, they could use the firepower. They're really low on it at the moment. So he adds something at the very least. The winner being fucking Hologram is a heinous idea. Mark Briscoe is right there, or I'd have the heels win. But no, we had to set up a match with Kyle Fletcher. Streak versus title. That's what Kyle Fletcher's worried about. Hologram. That's what he's been thinking about all this time. Hologram. No wonder you lost. You fucking idiot. Good Lord. And then we get I'll say this nicely. a rizzless ass promo from Kyle Fletcher talking about fucking nothing. Didn't care that they lost. Still going to be the shit. Hangman was right. What is going on here? I feel like whoever writes these promos is just Tony Khan. Like, just what he thinks. It's a terrible idea.
I actually like this promo.
Yeah, your love of Kyle Fletcher's promos it's weird. I hate everything about it. He should just be roided up.
I think he properly responded to the loss. Like, he brought it up and said that was the lowest he ever felt. This is basically the start of his path back to the top, to becoming a future AEW Men's World Champion. I thought this was between him and Mark Briscoe. I thought this was much better booking in response to the result of All Out in comparison to Briscoe, even comparison to Hangman. Hangman addressed it in like one line. At least he actually reflected on it and said that, like, that's the lowest I've ever felt in my career. Hangman was actually right. I'm actually giving Hangman not only praise that he beat me, but actually he was right about how I was going to feel.
Yeah, but if your girl says, I love you, like this, does it count? I love you. It's the worst loss of my life. Really? It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it was the worst loss. Like, you seem fine, quite frankly. You seem to be the same dickhead you were before. What is going on? I hate it. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. I'll put it that way. They have no interest in Kyle Fletcher versus Hologram. Are you fucking serious? He won all these matches on. Look at him. Absolutely. That's a man that's broken. Good Lord. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm so bothered from FTR to this. Now we got Kyle Fletcher. We can agree he's officially taking the lead of this fucking group, right? He is whoever the star of the Golden State Warriors is now. And fucking Okada and Takeshita are behind him. He's the guy. Can we be clear?
No, I think he is the Braun Breaker of the group, while Okada and Takeshita are battling for the Seth spot.
What have you been watching? Have you been watching the same show I've been watching? Is there anything that says Kyle Fletcher isn't the number one in this group? As these two non-Americans, which is the only issue they have next to them, let's keep it a buck. I shouldn't say non-Americans, non-English speakers, we'll say. Come on, man.
You fucking non-Americans.
I'm so bothered. Fletcher's, he's great. I'm not bothered, but Takeshi's better. It is what it is.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, a couple of people in the chat. We got Big Man Dogs who says, it is hilarious that Kyle's bottleneck is being Australian.
Accent is heinous.
He says it's even worse than the Southern American accent.
I hate his delivery. It's my least favorite delivery in wrestling. Outside of maybe Seth Rollins. It might be worse.
Okay, Big Man Dog says Kyle said he loves the Miz, by the way. Made me lose some respect for him. You can tell he loves the Miz. A lot of his stuff is like Miz coded.
It's insane.
His promos.
Is Miz one of the most important wrestlers ever? It feels that way. MJF,
he's like
Kyle Fletcher.
He's the freaking archetype now, because it's been like 15 years since his rise. He's the archetype for mid-card heel champion on the rise.
You hear a lot of fucking NBA players. They fucking love Paul George. Like, that's absurd.
Yes, it's like that. It's like that. Yes, it is absurd. It's very absurd, sir.
The Miz? What are we talking? What is going on here? Good Lord. All right. Sure.
I kind of feel like it's the same. It's the same with like the Randy Orton love. Randy Orton love is very similar to Trixie McGrady love.
And that's no shot to the Miz. However long he's been wrestling, he's made a good living. He wrestles very safe. I assume he feels fine when he wakes up in the morning. I'm just saying. I don't want to watch it. Oh, right. You're facts.
When mid-card champion on the rise prototype was Razor Ramon, now it's the Miz.
What the fuck is going on? Good Lord. And they won't let that moment go. That fucking Talk Is Macram promo is all anybody ever brings up.
Yeah.
This is a better promo than anybody's ever heard. Take it easy.
Yeah, that's his claim to fame. Like, we'll be whatever years old, and you'll still hear like those wrestling fans from this era, like, man, you don't know nothing about the Miz, man, until you see that. I'm talking Smack promo was something else, man. Something else. He was the best talker in the business at that time.
Absolutely, for 20 minutes, it's the best talker in the business, right?
All of 20 minutes, he was the best talker. I swear to you. Oh man! All right, we go backstage to Renee Paquette. She is with Mina Shirakawa, who says since Saturday she hasn't heard from Timeless 34. They made a promise that they love and fight all, and tonight she fights for Tony, fights for Mina, and fights to win the AEW Women's World Championship. Mina does.
She's very attractive. There's that.
This is good. This is good for a non-English speaker.
Oh, English is fine, I suppose. That's about it. That's where it ends.
Oh dear. We get a vignette where we saw from All Out the video of Jack Perry digging up and nursing Luchasaurus back to health. While this time there is Jurassic Express clips spliced into it. Perry's voiceover said that life is uncertain and fragile. It can change in the blink of an eye. It could be lost of who they thought they'd become, and the dreams could turn into nightmares, with clips of their rise in AEW and their fall and breakup in 2022. He says, victims aren't we all? And or are we more? Can we choose to be better, stronger? Can we hear the call once more? Pick ourselves up to ride again. And then we're told that next Wednesday on the 6th anniversary show, it will be the Jurassic Express returns to Dynamite after their reunion at All Out. We get some of the music that played at All Out, so that big pop from the Toronto crowd. And next week on the 6th anniversary, Jack Perry, Luchasaurus, Jurassic Express return to Dynamite. How upset were you when you found out that Jurassic Express reunited at All Out? Or were you happy? Because this can go either way. Like, I'm watching this and I'm hearing the Jimmy voice, and I'm hearing on like one side, you're like, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly where he needs to be. And on the other side, I'm like, why do I need to see Jack Perry on my TV? Like, I hear the Jimmy, I hear two sides of your dialogue and probably two sides of what you're thinking when I say Jurassic Express returns next week.
Oh, that's what you said. Makes me want to cry. Yes, you nailed it on the head. My first thought was, if Jack Perry's got to be around, this is the best possible spot for Jack Perry. However, he does not have to be around. He is not very good. He is not very interesting. This promo did him no fucking favors, by the way. There you go. Absolutely. Did him no. The fuck are you babbling about? If Raven was sober, this is what his promo would sound like. Good Lord, what a bore you are. I hated every fucking thing about this. What are we doing? I swear to God, AEW attachment to the past is jarring to me. You would think they've been around for 30 years. This love they have for nostalgia. It was a fucking couple of seconds ago. We're done with this. Can we let it go?
Awesome moment. It was an awesome moment at All Out. And I feel like this is the best use for both guys.
Absolutely. What we all wanted when he was cutting those shitty promos and wrestling Bryan Danielson, ruining one of Dragon's last matches. And now here we are, a year late.
It was a great match. Lord. What are we talking about? It was a great match.
It's Dragon. He don't have bad matches.
Anybody. Exactly.
I don't care how untalented they are. It is what it is. So in this show, I got Orange Cassidy on fucking pay-per-view. Jack Perry and Luchasaurus come back together. What are we doing? Where's Sammy at? Where's Dustin Rhodes? What else can we bring back from 2000?
We're good. We don't need all that.
Good
Eddie Kingston. We got Eddie Kingston.
Scapegoat character was going to go so far. I was attached to Punk. The reason it didn't go far, yes, it was ill-conceived to begin with. Agreed. But number two, he's not talented. in that way. I'm sorry. What did I tell you when he came out the fucking Beethoven? Pre-punk, pre-shit. What did I tell you? It's over. He stinks. I'm sorry. I need to see more than that. I don't care who he slapped. Stop it. It's over. It is what it is. Holy shit.
Nobody.
This nigga Jack Perry cut a shitty promo, then ran in and jumped into a limousine. Did it 2 weeks in a row. I don't forget. That was ass. And it's ass now. Let it go. This is the love you have for him. Let it go. It's fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Well, you got to save his fucking life? Does he have nothing to fall back on? He'll be fine. Leave him alone. Let him sign with MCW or one of those other fucking places. Lord. Big star. Jack Perry. His fucking beard ain't shaved yet. Lord. Ugh.
AEW World Trios Champion Powerhouse Hobbs went one-on-one with Claudio Castanoli next. Both made entrances from the crowd. Claudio is like an aura farmer for his entrances nowadays. It's quite hilarious. Hobbs comes in from the stands with the fans. He charges right at Castanoli at the bell, and they went out there just had a hard-hitting hoss fight. Both men kind of hitting the big clotheslines and uppercuts throughout the match. Big power moves. You got Hobbs, who starts hitting a multitude of power slams, body slams at one point. Castanoli went for the eyes until both tumbled to the outside, with Castanoli placed against the steel steps. Hobbs charged, but Castanoli moved, and Hobbs crashed and burned. Then Castanoli hit some brutal back suplexes on the edge of the barricade as the fans falling into the fans was Hobbs. Back from commercial break, we get a powerful gut wrench from Castanoli for a near fall. Then they start trading forearms. Castanoli moves onto the third corner splash to take Hobbs up to the top rope, and he hits a huge superplex. Castanoli then pointed at Bryan Danielson and goes for the neutralizer, but Hobbs is able to reverse. He hits a snap power slam and then starts hitting the meat lariats in the corner. As Hobbs once again went for the body slams, Castanoli fought off the fourth attempt. Hobbs absorbed some lariats before cracking Castanoli with one of his own and then hitting a body slam one more time. He then lowered the straps. It looks like he was going for town business, but out came the new short hair Pac. Pac comes onto the apron. Hobbs grabs a hold of him. This allows Castanoli to hit an uppercut inside cradle for the 1-2-3 to get the victory here. Post-match, Samoa Joe, he runs out to have Hobbs back against the Death Riders. Hobbs recovered in the ring, and he sends Castanoli crashing outside. Joe started stalking him down until Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia came out to give the Death Riders the numbers advantage. Pac returned, and it's 4-on-2 until the music of the AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page hits. Hangman power walks to the ring. He low bridges Castanoli, sends Garcia over the top rope with the clothesline. Then Page stands tall with the Ops, Joe, and Hobbs while the Death Riders retreated. And then later on, it is announced that next week on the 6th anniversary show, it will be Hangman Adam Page teaming up with Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs to verse the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Claudio Castanoli. I thought the match was actually better than I thought it would be. I thought they had a nice little hard-hitting hoss fight. It was short to the point. I didn't like the finish. The finish was very interference, distraction-based, which tends to be most of what I see in wrestling television nowadays is all the finishes are like distraction, interference-based into like a roll-up or whatever. But the post-match, I hated the post-match. This is a step back. This is a step back for Hangman. Like, at least do something to set it up. Like, give us a segment of Bryan Danielson after All Out going to Hangman Page and being like, I'm upset about what happened to Darby. I was upset because no one came out. He was on commentary and said, I'm upset no one's coming out to help Darby. I'm upset no one came out to help Darby. I understand you had a matchup, but we need someone like you, a leader of the locker room, to step up and go against the Death Riders to kind of finish this once and for all. Something like that would have been helpful and would have set this up a lot better than just having Hangman get right back into things, which feels like a backstep in this title reign that has been booked very well so far.
Agreed on all counts. I was going to say how much I hated this, but you know this. As far as the match went, match was good. Claudio, well, not the wrestler he was 5 years ago, no matter what he may want to say, is always going to have a good match. And Hobbs an effective counterpoint. Post match, it's Death Riders. It's ass. It's been ass. Don't let Ospreay and Swerve fool you. It's always been ass. Yeah, but mostly painless.
Yeah, it was mostly painless. I just don't. If it's 1 week, if it's just for the 6th anniversary, fine, whatever. But felt like a step back, especially.
When's Blood and Guts?
I don't know. It's usually already happened by now.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be like the WWE draft. They just skip it for a year, which I think might benefit it. Might make it a bigger draw in 2026.
Well, then I'm wondering when this thing fucking ends. When are we done with Death Riders?
I don't think they added members, dude, in the last month.
They
not added members.
This is not the Bullet Club, which should died a long time ago too. They're not Judgment Day, which I am shocked by how goofy it's gotten. Look at me, honest, the more goofy it is, the better it is. I don't need that from the Death Riders at all. You think this is the best Mox we've had? Are you out of your fucking mind? I can pinpoint the best Mox. Ready? After the CM Punk squash, whatever Mox that is, that's the best Mox. It's one of my favorite things ever. Him talking shit that following Dynamite. Brittle body, brittle spirit, brittle ego. It's the greatest thing ever. Are you fucking serious? That was amazing.
I thought I'll be personal. This is just my personal opinion. I think that Moxley put on probably his greatest singles match performance at All In against Hangman in the Texas Death Match, and I think since All In, he's been in better form than the beginning of 2025. I feel like he's actually feels like the best form of in ring of Moxley. If he means that, I can agree with that. But I wouldn't say overall best Mox we've had in AEW. No, first Mox, when he first comes into the company, he's the coolest thing ever. So like that's probably better. I agree. 2022, who just didn't give a fuck and hated CM Punk. You could tell with the promos he was cutting. That was awesome.
Oh shit! That run he had
even
Punk came back.
Even the short Blackpool Combat Club heel run in the beginning of 2023 was great with the screwdrivers and stuff. And them just causing mayhem in that rivalry with the Elite. That was really good too. So we got let me get that.
Or maybe it's a member thing. I just see the star went up.
Yeah. Got a super chat donation from Roxy. Thank you so much, Roxy, for the support. She says, I know Jack Perry back to Jungle Boy wasn't in Dynamite, but I just know Jimmy was thrilled. LOL. Laughing face emoji.
Hey. We can keep the shit to a minimum. He apparently wants to keep his character just as Jungle Boy. I can tell all the nonsense he was yapping about in the fucking promo. Please don't. Take the loss. You don't have to prove CM Punk wrong. Just take the loss. Just move on with fucking life. You're winning your life, right? You got a girl. I think you got a job somehow. It's all working out. Just do your flips and move on with life. No disrespect. How old is Jack Perry? I know he's older than I would think. He's like late 20s.
Perry, yeah, he has to be like 26, 27 by this point.
Because I remember him fucking. No, he's older than that because he was 27 when somebody was like, 28. There you go. He was fucking. Like, can you believe that? Can you believe CM Punk attacked a 27-year-old rookie? I went, first of all,
that's not how that works.
No to everything you just said. Please stop.
That is not how that works. Thank you, Joe Pearl. Joe Pearl says he's 28. Joe had another comment here. He says, Tony basically said it's a possibility, but they're only now getting out of smaller clubs and arenas. So if they do it, it'll be announced as a special show because of seating charts.
Yeah,
he's talking about the smaller buildings they've been running,
like the 4,000 seaters.
Yeah.
We're going back to 10,000, 15,000 seat buildings?
Well, the building that they did last night was 10,000 seater.
How many people there, you know?
I think just under 3,000.
Why?
I don't understand why.
I gotta do the math. I don't understand.
Like, people need to understand, it's not one thing that has helped AEW turn around this year. It's all the things, and one of the things is the smaller buildings. It's created a better environment for the television product.
Yeah, it's gonna be louder, of course, and you don't have 2,000 people looking around like, damn, I am a loser. The only motherfucker here. Yeah, yes, you are, sir. No offense.
No offense. What?
Disrespect, sir. Your kid wanted to see John Cena, and he's very confused for why John Cena hasn't showed up yet.
Yeah, he says, Joel says it's a logistics thing. He says, no, the 2,000 seaters, even those are small because they need 2 rings and a cage to hang. Yeah, for blood and guts. Yeah, they would have to run a bigger
Oh,
ring.
yeah. Yeah, once in a while is fine. It just shouldn't be a thing.
Then we get Tony Khan's important announcement that he announced that they said would be on this show at All Out. We go backstage to AEW president Tony Khan, who cut obviously the best promo of the night. He says that they're having such a great 2025, and AEW is where the best wrestle, especially the women's division. And immediately, as soon as he said women's division, you heard the pop in the with the live crowd. It's time to introduce new championships, and coming very soon, they will crown the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Khan threw it to Renee Paquette, who was at ringside for the official unveiling of the titles, which look just like the men's titles. Paquette says that she can't wait to see who makes history as the first AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions. Then throws it to Justin Roberts for the introductions for the main event. But what did you think about this announcement? Was it worthy of the important announcement tag that we always hear for AEW? I think so. I think this was, I figured this would be it when we got important announcement. Huge announcement, it's an event. Important announcement, it's usually something like a title or something that's going to be involving for the on-screen product. So I expected it to be this. So I think that it was worthy of the announcement. Could the announcement be said better? Yes, by anyone else but Tony Khan. But we got to live with that. Jimmy, what did you think about the announcement, and was it worthy of the important announcement tag to you?
Yeah, sure. It's important enough. It's going to affect the product in a relatively big way. Yeah. As far as the actual announcement, it was what you expect from Tony Khan. But you know what? I will fucking take it, because he doesn't have like his female counterpart for these women's segments where we have to elevate somebody to pretend like Stephanie gives a fuck about women's wrestling.
God damn it, Gail Kim, that's a perfect spot for you.
Right? By the way,
How you ruin that? How you burn a bridge? You're not supposed to burn a bridge.
I'm not against Stephanie Man being in the Hall of Fame. I'm not against her being announced to be in the Hall of Fame. In a vacuum. Outside of a vacuum, I've had enough. I've had enough of these people. Please
Yeah, it's too much. It's way too much at this point, man. Like,
Lord.
If y'all don't see what's going on here, then I commend you. I actually commend you if you don't see what's going on here. Because you gotta be one of the most blindest individuals in the history of mankind. And that's an accomplishment, to not see what the hell is going on with these individuals right now.
These people. Good Lord. We got it. Enough. Please, enough. You won. You can move on with life.
They can't control it. They always have to. It's always got to be about them. Triple H needs to be in the opening video package and needs to be in the opening promo to start the ESPN special. That's what they need to do.
Did that happen?
Huh?
That happened?
Well, yeah. Yeah. He was in the opening. There was clips of his career when they ran down the history of WWE. Then at the end of the video he comes in from a TV production truck, and he's like, "This is what you don't know is that sports is entertainment. Welcome to the final form of sports entertainment." And then he's in the ring. He basically segued from himself to himself. He's in the ring. He's like, the face. I am the face of WWE. I was like, for all the crap that I give Triple H, I have to commend him. He's finally achieved what he wanted. He is the face of WWE. Like, that's what he always wanted, and he's finally done it. And he's just, are you ready for WrestlePalooza?
Ew, how can you say that with a straight face? What the fuck? I kind of wish I saw it now. That sounds fucking hysterical. The bodies he got in his wall are kind of crazy. Triple H. Wall's crazy. The Rock. Vince. Good Lord. Props to you, sir. They should retire on top and move on with life. Please and thank you.
Just go out on top. Yeah, I had a good run. I'm gonna think about my health, and I'm gonna take some time off.
Please.
I think that would be. I think no one would have an issue with that. I don't think anybody.
No, not at all. Yeah. Sorry for getting off on that tangent. Women's tag titles, sure. What's the point in fighting it? It's gonna happen. Sure. Who's be the champs? I don't know.
Yeah, who you think will be the inaugural champs?
I keep trying to push this, and it never happens. Some type of strange bedfellows tag team. I would like Benoit and Angle. Some version of that. I don't know.
You always ask for that.
I've been pushing it. Knight and Punk, fucking Andrade and Mello, which would have saved Andrade's job. Something. I can never get it.
You so badly want this generation's Angle and Benoit.
Let me get Bane and I know it would be Ford, but I don't want to do that. Let me get Bane and Willow.
I'll say either Willow and Beth, or I can see them wanting to just make sure that Toni Storm is the GOAT and make her the first AEW Women's Tag Team Champion, and having her and Mina win the titles. I can see them winning it. I can.
That could be fun. I can imagine that.
Yeah. And I think that's a way to, when she comes back, to keep her somewhat relevant in something that's gonna be worthy or need TV time and keep her on TV. And that's a way for Tony Khan to stay honest and actually book the Women's Tag Team Champion. After crowning it, put it on Toni Storm. He will book her.
Actually, you know what? I'm taking Louisville's idea and combining it with my own. I'm gonna do Amanada and Tekla.
Amanada. Oh, straight bedfellows. Give me Timeless Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter.
Oh, you know, I'll take that too. Jamie Hayter needs something.
I'll take that. Give me Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa.
Sold. Absolutely.
Come on, sign me up. Signed, sealed, delivered. But yeah, I'm more into the idea of women's tag team champions than I was when we first started talking about it a couple of months ago. I think that I think the amount of multi-woman matches has been lazy booking, but it's also got to be used to seeing multiple women in one match, and that thus women's tag team championships, they've made that an easy transition because of the amount of lazy booking with the multi-woman matches that they've done.
Very true. I'm here for it.
Then we had the main event, AEW Women's World Championship up for grabs. Kris Statlander making her first defense as champion, defending against interim Ring of Honor Women's TV Champion Mina Shirakawa. Mina, you get Willow Yuta, who pops up at ringside before the match started to give advice to Statlander and was gone just as quickly. Bryan Danielson said that it was taking all of his strength not to get out of his seat and punch Willow Yuta in the face. We get a tilt-a-whirl leg sweep from Mina early on as she slid through a Statlander punch to do a dance, which that resulted in Statlander clocking her from behind. Shirakawa fired off 10 corner punches, but again, danced too much as Statlander flew in with a shotgun dropkick. Shirakawa sidestepped a corner charge and wrenched the knee through the ropes before violently driving the knee from the apron to the floor. Statlander was sent repeatedly into the steel steps until Shirakawa hits a tornado off the steps, and then Statlander answered back with a side suplex onto the apron. Shirakawa fired back after the apron with a head scissors, a sling blade, and then a tornado DDT. Mina was cut off in the corner as Statlander answered with a running knee, and then both tried for their finisher with the Glamorous Driver and the Saturday Night Fever cut off until Statlander hit her spinning or Fisherman's Driver for a 2 count. We get Dragon Screws to the knee by Shirakawa, who went up top for an avalanche sling blade and then got a near fall with that. Shirakawa loaded up the discus forearm and a roundhouse kick, but Statlander answered and avoided the back fist. She tried for the electric chair, but Mina escaped and got her locked into a figure 4 leg lock. To get to the break, you get Statlander getting to the ropes. Shirakawa goes for another sling blade, but ran into a thrust kick by Kris. Discus forearms decked Statlander, followed up by the back fist as Shirakawa went for the figure 4, but Statlander punted her in with an up kick and then got the seatbelt pin for the 1-2-3. You get Statlander retaining the AEW Women's World Championship and getting another key victory thanks to Willow Yuta's finisher. Post-match, Yuta returned. He gets into the ring and he's all hyped. Harley Cameron runs out and hugs Kris Statlander as she said she would. Claudio Castanoli, Pac, Daniel Garcia all surround the ringside area. And then Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir made their entrance through the crowd. Yuta kept applauding Statlander, who had Cameron stay by her side. Moxley got in the ring as Yuta hugged Statlander after Moxley gave like an approving nod, basically kind of saying without saying that she was in the Death Riders. You get Yuta hugging her, and slowly but surely, Kris reciprocated the hug. Yuta then raised her hand as Cameron looked like she was in shock and fear, backed into the corner, until Statlander waffled Yuta with a clothesline, shocking Moxley and Marina Shafir. Both had great shock reactions. Statlander then ducked a charging Marina Shafir and got directly in Jon Moxley's face, flipping him off as Moxley just smiles. Statlander then bails through the crowd with Harley Cameron. We get the great moment with Statlander standing in the crowd, flipping off Moxley and the Death Riders. And then the music of Darby Allin hits. Darby comes out with a flamethrower as commentary just passing by says, "Oh yeah, Darby set Moxley on fire at the pay-per-view." He comes out with the flamethrower. Moxley showed no fear and started walking at Allin, who pointed the flamethrower right at him, backing off the Death Riders. Moxley stumbled over the ring steps before retreating with the rest of his crew through the crowd. Allin took the mic, and he gets on the mic and he tells Moxley he's never gonna quit coming after him. That's why he is challenging Moxley to an I Quit match at Wrestle Dream. Moxley was left to contemplate the challenge and a very uncomfortable smile as we're told that next week on Dynamite, the 6th anniversary, it will be Darby Allin teaming with AEW Women's World Champion Kris Statlander to verse Willow Yuta and Marina Shafir in a mixed tag team tornado match next week on the 6th anniversary. So got that to look forward to right there. What did you think about the ending of the show, the match between Statlander and Mina? as well as the everything that went down between Statlander, the Death Riders, Darby Allin. Personally, I like the main event. I thought it was a good match, well worked, and I thought a nice little babyface versus babyface dynamic there that worked out very well in the end, with Statlander getting the seatbelt pin for the win. And I thought the post match with Statlander and the Death Riders was great. I thought Statlander came off like an actual star, an actual world champion that earned the spot she goes. Regardless of how they built up to it, she felt like a world champion that had agency, that made a decision that some of us thought she wouldn't make by rejecting the Death Riders, standing tall at the end, flipping off Moxley in his face, flipping off Moxley from the crowd. That should have been the end of the show.
Yes.
That's a much better ending of the show than Darby coming out with a flamethrower. I am conflicted in the fact that I did want a match being made for Wrestle Dream on this show. I thought that was a good addition from the Darby portion of the show. But it makes no sense to, first of all, you're making me complain about the thing I was complaining about on All Out. Why did Darby set Moxley on fire at All Out? There was no reason for that. You had this sad ending. Darby, we all think Darby's going to win, but he loses the coffin match because all the Death Riders are gone, but not the one that's returning. Pac comes out, basically beats the crap out of him. He still loses the coffin match. He's 0-4 versus Moxley. You have that feeling of no hope. Death Riders felt like a threat again, and then immediately you just put a fire extinguisher, a big bucket of cold water on that by having Darby set him on fire, no sell the beating he took in the coffin match, and set him on fire at the end. Then to totally no sell that on this show is fucking idiotic. It's fucking idiotic. And how did him setting him on fire set up an I Quit match? That sets up an I Quit over. Not an I Quit match. None of that makes sense, but Jimmy, what do you think?
I really want to watch that match now. As far as the main event went, the main event was fine. Statlander is one of the best in the business, and Mina is Mina. She's great to watch for reasons. Though she's, fuck it. I've been mean the whole show. I'll keep it up. She's jarringly overrated by all of you, and it's a little concerning. I mean, I know why. Look at her. She's gorgeous, but take it easy. She's fine. She's okay. She's fun to watch. She's not Statlander, though. Statlander's on another planet. Post-match, I agree with you. Post-match was great. Flipping off Moxley and then dipping and then flipping him off in the crowd. Just the visual of that was great. Anytime a babyface stands in the crowd looking like a badass, I'm here for it. And then here comes Darby. I didn't know about the setting motherfuckers on fire at the pay-per-view. I think it was Excalibur said it. I was like, wait, what? I don't know. I didn't get that right, clearly. Mox is fine, so clearly it was not set on fire. I'm not entirely sure stuff. What the fuck? Watching Death Rider shit now, it's like watching Debo after the first Friday. It's like, why are we scared of this guy? I don't understand entirely what is going on. But whatever. Whatever. This was fun at the very least. He set the bag on fire. What?
Yeah, he said he put him in a body bag and he set the bag on. He set his legs on fire in the bag.
Oh boy.
The match was great. That's why I was upset with that post. They did it like a couple of matches later too. Like I was like, what the fuck? Why would Moxley send away his goons to get set on fire?
That's the whole point of goons.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Willow part of this. Like, I feel like, despite my issues with how they built to the title run, the title win got a huge pop, one of the bigger pops of the night at All Out, and then she got one of the bigger pops on this show with because it was a decision that subverted our expectations. I think they had basically hit us over the head, and because we just saw Daniel Garcia do the same thing of join the Death Riders. I think that's why most assume, and she won with the seatbelt pin, the title, and won here with the seatbelt pin. One would assume she's joining the Death Riders. So for her to do it the way she did, and like subvert our expectations because I'm like scared for Harley when she accepts the hug. I'm like, oh no, Harley, get out the ring. Get out the ring, Harley. Go, Harley. Like, they subverted my expectations in a big way. Like, they should have just ended the show right there. That's a much better ending than what we got.
Yeah, like this episode, Darby, which is ironic, my favorite wrestler, probably in AEW right now, since they show no love for Willow Takeshita. Outside of Darby, pardon me, this felt like the most important thing on the show. Statlander felt like somebody worthy of the centerpiece of the division. Then it was like, but she's a girl, so you can't end with that. Bring out Darby.
So do you think we get Kris versus Marina out of this?
I hope so. Just because I can be right. I feel bad for Statlander. But have her.
No, Statlander gonna prove how good she is. She's gonna get a great match out of Marina.
You get Marina, particularly at pay-per-view. You are letting me know Jamie's right. The Statlander thing's over. It's been over for a while. Fair enough.
Why?
I appreciate the love.
That's ridiculous.
Come on, it's Marina Shafir. Can we stop? She's great as a heavy, but a wrestler. Nobody wants to watch a Marina Shafir match. Stop.
Hey, you get the Death Riders involved in the women's division.
Oh my god! Yes, that's what we need. More interference leading matches.
If she didn't show up at NXT Homecoming, I would have said this opens the door for Shayna Baszler to be the new women's addition to the Death Riders, and then you do Marina cool. and Shayna in the tag team division.
That could have been fun. I wouldn't be mad at that. But yeah, I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't care.
Sure.
It was over her when they had that elimination chamber that they booked possibly stupidly.
When she was the vampire. Oh no, that was how she debuted on the main roster. When she was the vampire, she ate Becky Lynch's blood or something, or ate a skin or something like that.
I'm talking about where she was. I think she came in third.
She came in third, and they did that all wrong because she should have came in sixth and then just washed through everybody.
How simple is that? It's kind of obvious. Said it's the most boring thing ever. Good lord!
You had to wash through 4 people, and then she has to wait around for Asuka to get out the pod.
Frantic World. That's not how that works. How old is Frantic World?
I don't know.
That is not how that works.
Frantic World says SRS said Shayna doesn't have a WWE contract, so she is working for them for free. That's not how that works.
It's the idea of that. It's hilarious.
Sir. And you didn't even put LOLs where I could give a plausible deniability that it's a joke.
I'm willing to bet my entire life savings that she's getting paid.
But I'm also guessing with Kris Statlander being AEW Women's World Champion, her reign is going to end at the hands of Willow.
Ooh. I mean, that would make sense.
Right now, it looks like you're building to like a babyface versus babyface matchup between those two.
If that's the case, then I think Stat wins the first one. Listen, as long as Willow gets love, I'm here for it. Sure. You have way more faith in Tony Khan than I do.
I have more faith in 2025 Tony Khan than I do in 2024, 2023, 2022 Tony Khan. That's for sure. But yes, they made it to the end of another edition of AEW Dynamite. Final call for super chat donations. Anyone who want to show us some love with some super chat donations to close us out here. Thank you to everyone else who showed us some love already. Roxy, I know you are owed this, so I will give it to you.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
I should have said that in this promo.
Didn't do that before, so I had to give that for Roxy from before. But anyone else, it's final call for super chat donations, and of course in the live chat, let us know your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give the show? For me and Jimmy, do you have it written down? Or are you still writing down or not?
No.
Okay. For the September 24th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite, in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show?
I'm going with a 7. I wanted to go for 6.5, but FTR was just too good to do that. And I thought the Statlander stuff was really good. So 7.
I went with a 7.5 out of 10. So we're still on pace of our me being 0.5 ahead of you, as always. MVP for the show is definitely Kris Statlander for me.
Wow. Absolutely not. FTR. And big
That's
stuff.
fair as well. That's fair as well. Fair as well. LVP for the show, Jimmy?
Ooh. I mean, I thought the booking was bad, but not enough to warrant that. What did I put there? Shit. You know what? I'll be a little mean. Let's go with Mina.
Why are you always? You're always mean. Like I'll be a little mean. Like it's something different.
You know what?
Like it's something
let's
out
go.
of the norm.
let's go with Orange Cassidy. Back to the mid card.
Why?
Back to the mid card.
Oh my god.
That's you're escaping, huh? Sorry, Charlie. Oh, Lee Moriarty, that's a good one.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lee Moriarty, but I'm actually gonna go with what Private Drive Finisher said. I think it's over. LVP, Britt Baker, she's done.
Why?
She's
What happened?
done. She didn't show up last night in Pittsburgh. I think she's done with AEW.
Oh, all right. So
She's
let her leave.
I don't know what's gonna happen to her career if she leaves.
It's over.
I think she's gonna be a dentist now.
Yeah, not legitimately over. Like she'll fucking never work ever again if she wants to. But aspirations she may have had a few years ago, those are dead. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fair. Match of the night. What you give it?
I went with the opener. I thought the tag match was good. Outside of Ricochet's commentary.
I went with the trios matchup, Conglomeration versus Don Callis family. That was the most fun for me. And I love the Okada and Takeshita stuff. And moment of the night, I'm going to give it was really tough between the MJF promo and the FTR, Stokely, and Willow. I think I'm going to give the edge to the FTR segment, mainly because it has more people that I enjoy. I enjoy MJF, but this had Willow, Stokes, and FTR, and I had my Just Me come out at the end. Yeah, that's my moment of the night.
Absolutely. This is relatively easy for me. FTR and company. Fucking great. I was holding her up. Then he slipped. And that's how absolutely.
And then I slipped and I sat down and I dropped down. What happened was, Jimmy, thank you so much as always. Thank you to all of you who are watching. Remember to drop the thumbs up on the video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you are new, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they will see you again.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter. I've recently been called hateful for posting memes about Charlie Kirk. These people are really a fucking pain in my neck, I'm gonna say. And at Jimmy Macram on YouTube. I watch TV shows and movies. No, I did not watch Marvel Zombies. I haven't watched anything Marvel in forever. I have no interest in it. Sorry.
I'm gonna watch that. I'll probably watch that when I'm done here. Yes, and also go over and check out patreon.com/True Heat if you'd like to see me and Jimmy watching some old school wrestling. We had part 2 of our Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Ric Flair trilogy from 1989. And yes, we have a contender for the top of our leaderboard with this one. So check it out and see where we placed it among the greatest matches of all time. Also, I will be back live here tomorrow 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with Sanal and J News for our NJPW Destruction in Kobe 2025 preview. We'll be breaking down the card as well as talking about the Road 2 shows, especially the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title match from earlier this week with Yo and El Desperado. And of course, we got the flagship podcast this Saturday, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Hill Heat flagship podcast, where we'll be talking about all of the fallout from All Out and WrestlePalooza, the whole Masha Slamovich controversy. We'll be talking about the Gail Kim cancellation and everything else from AEW, WWE, NJPW, and everywhere else. So
Look at that fucking picture. Put that picture back up. How would you ever let Masha Slamovich play in your fucking face? Are you fucking serious? Get these.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Hit me? I wouldn't let her raise her fucking voice to me. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I don't like your tone. Or your face.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Call the cops on this motherfucker. Are you fucking serious? Cops, come get this bitch. Are you fucking serious? This gremlin has lost her mind. Get her the fuck out of here.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Giving niggas herpes.
And for Jimmy Macram. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 217, Rider Rejection, for the September 24th, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite. We are signing off until next time.